Hi everyone, it's the 13th of June. I'm losing my voice a little bit, so I may be sounding a little bit funny. There's a virus going on, I think, and I got it. Um, in the morning, I couldn't talk at all, so this is still good. Yeah, apologies for that. Now, yesterday was a big day, a double whammy day. Initially, CPI, the core inflation data was released, and then, of course, the FOMC. I wasn't in front of the computer during the FOMC, but it looks like it didn't really cause a big damage. CPI with the CPI ES rallied, and this morning I closed the remaining of my ES position. I'm just waiting for the pullback, and I think the pullback will come down to that purple plus red double support, which is probably this is where it started on the CPI. So around 5390, I think we may find the next put in the next low and start to rally to 5500. As long as that purple broken resistance holds as a support, we have more upside. SPX cash is exactly the same story. The blue fakey stuff that basically got resolved to the upside, which is really good. And we have this red. I'm going to include the spike down into that chart, obviously. That's how I see things. Usually, once the price dictates something else, we have to kind of adjust our channels. And this is how I see it. And I think if we start to pull back all the way to where it started, which is going to be around, yeah, 390, maybe 385, backtest that purple and red support, then we rally to 5,500. And yeah, this is looking very bullish indeed. I mean, this is undeniable, right? So we have been on the right side of the market for a long time, quite honestly. Dow Jones is still surprising to me. And the reason is very clear. Initially, it rallied. It couldn't take out this blue resistance. What's a resistance there? Look at this. I mean, very stubborn, isn't it? Look at that one. That red resistance held at the end of the CPI spike. We broke out of the green bull flag. We came down for a back test. Now it's back testing it again, and it's also testing this golden support. And this golden one is still a bear flag potential. So as a bull, I'm hoping that this is not going to be broken. We will bounce off the double support, and we're going to get beyond the blue resistance, and we're going to get to 39,500 at least, and hopefully even break it. That can happen. But obviously, this is a little bit of a warning about that bear flag. Dow Jones cash, exactly the same story. That blue resistance, very strong, right? Very strong. And even though it broke out of the green bull flag, we came for our back test, and it's at that double support right now. NASDAQ futures touched that blue top band with the force. It broke that black resistance, and then FOMC, and it touched that blue top band. That has been my target since this low, remember? And I said this blue resistance rail was holding, but then we got out of it. We broke that black resistance, and we are now at that blue top band. It almost got tested. I may argue it is already tested. NASDAQ cash, similar, exactly the same story. That black one is purple here. That purple resistance is broken. And it just touched that blue top band. Look at this beautiful blue top band test. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? Excuse me. Now, it may pull back all the way to the red bottom band, even that purple bottom band. So we may see some red today. I'm not saying we will. So this is not really a short call. I haven't shorted this market forever, like really. I mean, because when you have an uptrend, it's much easier to buy the breakouts or to buy the supports during the pullbacks. So yeah, I'm just saying we may pull back to that red, and even deeper, maybe to that purple broken resistance, and then rally higher. Russell, I mentioned the veg yesterday. Do you remember that? I bought at 2031 when it broke out of the blue bull flag, that little bull flag, but it wasn't the only reason. That veg, I mean, obviously that red support, okay, here is the story. I mean, this has played out perfectly. That red support didn't break, okay? And it bounced off the blue green support, right? And then we broke that green resistance. So the veg is broken. I'm going to go to the 1 hourly chart, a bit more granular view here. It got out of the blue little bull flag here at 2030, 2031, which I had mentioned in yesterday's video. And then the CPI spike came. That has, it gave us really good gains here. It stopped at that golden resistance, tried to break it, but failed. Obviously, this spike usually gets erased, gets completely erased. And I'm thinking it's going to come back to that blue broken resistance. And then from there, we're going to rally and clear that golden major one. This is not a major one, but it is still, this is the high of mid-July, mid-May. And I think if we break it, we're going to get to 2150. And wishful thinking, that blue resistance rail is finally going to be broken as long as that red support stays intact, as long as it holds. FTSE also bounced, still is on the green support, but it's not really bouncing. It's not really breaking that blue resistance rail. We may get a backtest on the red at 8,050, and I don't think it's going to go way below it. Okay, there is of course a gap here, so that is around 7,950. All right, but either way, this blue red broken resistance should hold as support, and we should get to that black resistance eventually, or potential resistance. This is DAX. It's off the golden bottom band. We broke out of the green. We came back for a back test now. It's really back testing it. That is not a surprise. And from here, I'm expecting another rally to that golden top band. It's holding at the moment. It's holding it. TLT is off the golden bull flag, right? And it's forcing this green internal resistance. So if we break it, then we should get to 100 plus. ZN, it cleared this. I just noticed this one. That purple resistance is going to be tested for the 4th time. It's already out of the blue bull flag and back tested, right? And it may get to the golden top band and then pull back one more time. So, but to me, this looks still bullish since October lows. Okay, let's have a look at oil. Oil is now, like yesterday, I showed this blue resistance rail. So I'm going to show you, yeah. That blue resistance rail held, okay. Now it is breaking this green bear flag, right? This is a really nice bear flag. Yes, a little bit spiky to here, but it is gone now. So if it back tests it and then, around 78.50, around 78.40, 78.50, it back tests it, and if it starts the reversal, because there is also this blue overhead resistance, we should see more downside. Brent oil is the same, and this green resistance, right? This green resistance held, okay? Even though it's spiked up, it held. Now it's at the golden support, 1, 2, 3 touches. So maybe we'll see a little bit more bounce. But then after that, I think oil is getting ready for the next leg down. That's how I see it. And I think this time it's going to go below the previous lows, right? It's going to go below the previous lows, and it's going to touch this blue support, which is 75, 74, 75. And then we can buy it. Natural gas, still stuck at that green top band. So far, not a really proper breakout. And is it reversing here? I don't know. But yeah, if it is reversing, then this golden and red support should be broken. Anything below 2800, 2850, 2800 would look bearish. Gold, it's still, you can see that red broken resist support rail. So initially I had marked it as a support. So yesterday's action, of course, US dollar came down hard with the CPI, which is why gold attempted to break 2030. What did I say yesterday? 2331. But usually, almost always, these news-induced action gets retraced very quickly. Now, I can argue that this is kind of a rail resistance and it hasn't really been broken. And hopefully, this golden bottom band is not going to be tested one more time. And we're going to eventually move beyond that red resistance. And that would basically target at least this recovery all the way to, 2380, 2390, and then possibly all the way to that golden top band. Silver is at a very important junction because it just bounced off that red and blue double support. Okay, so this is extremely important, guys. Very, very important level. So I mean, maybe just one more marginal low, very little marginal low, and then we have to see it rallying. This is how I see it. We really have to see it bounce and run. That is the only way to acknowledge, to respect this trend, this red trend. So we may see a touch at, well, yesterday's low around 2880 on the spot and then rally. And if you look at the futures chart, it has already bounced off the red bottom band together with the blue. This is the level where it should be starting to rally. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on that blue. Obviously, if we break this blue support, that is going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. Yeah, I mean, maybe just one more chance would be this for a potential support, this green bottom band. That would be the very last chance, really. If that green bottom band holds, if we get there and then rally, yes. But yeah, break off that red and blue supports wouldn't be good in the first place. Let's have a look at platinum. It's still digging deep, unfortunately. And it is, you can see here, is it going to touch that red bottom band and then rally to get out of the blue? Yesterday's spike up looked a little bit good, but then it rolled over and it came back down. Platinum futures chart is basically, yes, that golden bottom band is holding and it has to break out of the purple, get to the golden top band and break it. So is it going to find that low or is it going to sell off big time? That remains to be seen, quite honestly. I have a small platinum long and maybe I handled it wrong because I'm still holding it. I probably should have stopped or closed it at the high of yesterday, which I didn't. Well, it is what it is, so we'll see. And this is the copper, and copper almost tested that black top band. It's off the green bottom band, and it should break out of the black channel to start a rally without breaking the green bottom band. So it is at a very critical junction here. Let's have a look at euro. Now it bounced off the green, red, and yesterday's CPI spike. Now it's coming down to erase the CPI news, and then we should get to that blue top and possibly reverse there, form a bull flag. Well, it's actually not a bull flag because this is lower than that high, so it wouldn't be a bull flag really. So maybe it will hold. I don't know. I'm going to keep it, but it's not really So this high can't be higher than that low. This high can't be lower than that high to call this a channel, okay? Because the channel or the downtrend started here, not there. So a little bit of education here. Pound sterling had forced the green top band at yesterday's spike after breaking the blue potential bear flag. Now it's backtesting it, and I think it's going to come down a little bit more. Without breaking the green, it should get to the green top band and finally smash it. That's the only way to rally. US dollar Japanese yen is very interesting here, and the reason is obvious. That golden support rail, look at this, yesterday's spike down, still contained with this golden support. And it's still inside the blue, and it's forcing that red top band. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. If this red resistance breaks, then we're going to get to 150, 850, and touch that blue top band, I think. And then we can argue that this is going to become a bear flag. And DXY is at the blue resistance, reversed at the blue resistance, and it's still trying to stay inside the golden uptrend. So somewhat it is bullish, okay? Even though initially it broke down, it went back in. So the golden channel is still good. Aussie had bounced off the red support and the golden. Yesterday's spike tried to break it, but these news-induced spikes are always very unreliable. They never get a follow-through. And it's looking at this thing, it's already erasing the gains of CPI. Now it's coming down, and then we will see whether this giant bull flag, and you can see there is a little bull flag here, which is a part of the really big one, if it can be broken or not. That is going to dictate where the market is going. And I think Aussie and Kiwi are going to give us the signal about US dollar. Similarly, look, Kiwi tried with the spike up. It tried to break that 1, 2, 3, 4 touch golden resistance. It is the 5th touch here. And of course, this was news induced and it basically stalled. Is it going to come down, erase, and then break it? That I am watching, okay? Watching very carefully. Excuse me. All right, as I speak, my voice is trembling. Let me show you here that gold, So coffee, maybe, it's wishful thinking again, but it looks like it finished the downside, okay? There's a nice spike from 215. We're at 228. And if it starts to run, that would be nice to all the way to 250. I'm holding the half long. In a few days, it is going to roll over to the next contract. And the next contract, September, is the same price as the July. So that's good because we will roll over. I will roll over. This is wheat. Okay, and wheat is now at that golden top band. If it pulls back and breaks it, that will be an ideal level to start running. That green support held, right? I believe it is going to start to run again. And you can see here the reason why we bounced on the July contract is this red and blue supports, double support, and now the golden top band may get completely ignored, but if it wants to hold, it's here, pull back, and then a break to the upside, hopefully. This is soybeans, and it's getting very close to that red bottom band. It is also kind of like it has formed this golden wedge to the downside. So is it going to be broken to the downside and then rally, or is it going to be broken to the upside right away? We'll see. But red bottom band is a potential support at 1165. Similarly, the July contract is the same. 1165, right, is the target. 1165.66. If that red bottom band holds, we rally. Okay, now corn is already out of, so I'm happy to see that the green top band didn't hold. It bounced off the red plus black double support. Now it's moving on. I'm holding 465 long. Yeah, I was a little bit stubborn here, but it is now going forwards towards that. So on the continuous chart, right, it is much more visible. I mentioned about that red bottom band potential support when it was coming down, and it held. It moved out of the golden. It has now broken the blue, well, kind of a bull flag, right? I may argue this is a bull flag. And now it is going to, okay, remove the screen. It is at least going to get to that red top band, okay? So there is that. That's why I'm holding 465, and ideal scenario is going to be new highs and possibly all the way to 500. Let's have a look at cocoa. It's still pushing. Look at this. I'm sorry for the short sellers just because it was overbought. Sugar disappointed me, honestly. Um, it it is now trying to break that red top, and initially, so you can see it broke it to the upside, that bear flag, excuse me, bull flag. Now it's broken to the upside and faking it too. This is the fake and this is the fake. So it's not going to be easy, that sugar trade, but it's also not out of the woods yet anyway. So that green top band may hold if it gets there, pull back one more time. And on the continuous chart, we still have some overhead resistance, which is the green one, the red one. So there is a lot of work to be done by bulls, and especially like if this blue bottom band breaks, that is going to be horrible for sugar. So be careful. And cotton is going to come down, I think, to 67, and then we will see. Right. Now, have I forgotten something? No, I haven't. It's now coin time. We had a bounce off the golden support. This here is a lovely bull flag. It came up to almost backtest that green broken channel, and it's coming down now a little bit. Anything below 67,000, excuse me, 66,000 would look horrible, really. So be careful. If it drops below 66, okay, that is going to be a very bearish one. I'm pretty confident about that. Ethereum also coming down from the black and golden double resistance. You can see the bull flag broke to the downside and it got back tested. Now I think it's going to come down to erase these gains. BNB disappointed, no question about it. It just back tested that golden broken support and it's coming down again. It's penetrating back into, after putting in a new all-time high, it's coming down. This is very disappointing. But it's all about Bitcoin. I keep saying, without Bitcoin, nothing moves. Koti, red support broken. CAS has also touched a new all-time high recently, and if it breaks out of the green bull flag, that is going to become a really big up. Jasmine may get a back test and then rally. Chili's has to break out of the green bull flag, right? Aave, Aave is at the gold, so coming down from the golden back test. ACH, not really. I mean, that red support is broken, which is why it's bearish. Cardano has broken the blue support, so it's coming down. ATA, very bad. Audio, still red, and it is inside that red downtrend. And AWAX, so far it has bounced off the golden bottom band, but it is a bear flag, so it may break to the downside. BMX, it's inside the blue, so it should get to the blue bottom band, and then maybe a rally is possible. CKB has broken that red support, which is why I think it may come down to 95. Dash looking really bad. I mean, it's forcing that red. Not really good. Really. And data, not good either. It's forcing that golden support rail. Dogecoin, similarly, you can see here. And is it going to bounce off the black bottom band? That is a question. So if it does, maybe we see a rally. Dot has broken the golden bear flag and it just backtested it yesterday. So that is bearish again. DYDX not looking good. It's still forcing that golden support, right? And the blue. So if it wants to rally, it has to rally off here. That is the only chance for a rally, really. And FTM, bad. GRT is coming closer to that red support one more time. Hive, no, nothing. It's a sea of red still. And Chainlink, again, not good. Litecoin, only the only green one, I guess. That not so green anyway. So I would rather, maybe, just a second. Excuse me. Right. This red bottom band, you can see here, this is a kind of a bull flag, right? So post off the flag, this is the flag. So if it rallies and breaks out, yeah, that's okay. But at the moment, no. Mana inside the black bull flag. Matic, again, that blue support is holding, but barely holding. OM, not much to say other than this green sideways channel. PAL may bounce off the blue support. Pepe, it may break this green potential support as well, and then it would basically sell off, I think. PYR, terrible. Render forced that green support for the fourth time. RSR looking like it has broken it and it's back testing it. Sandbox, it has broken the golden triangle. SGB, broken out of the blue red, and we should see a rally maybe. And Shiba is inside the black, but it's forcing that black bottom band. Solana is inside on this golden support, so we may see a test and then rally on that black support. Sui, no. Theta, no. Looks bad because of the green broken support. TIA is the worst because it has failed everything that I threw at it. It has broken everything. So some, like the golden bull flag, is gone. Only the green one is left. The red channels breakout didn't re-deliver anything really. So is it going to bounce off the green? But it's already coming to the previous lows. That is not good. Monero couldn't break that green top band. It's faked it so far. I mean, it has tried, and I think if this market turns, Monero is going to be a leader in my view. You can see here the reason is very clear. That red broken bull flag and the green bull flag. So Monero will be a buy if this market turns green. Ripple, red resistance, green support, still stuck there. And there is also this blue support, of course. And Tezos inside the red downtrend, and it has broken the green support. And finally Zcash, which is looking rubbish as usual. All right, guys, take care, keep in touch. Bye.